Hey everyone, welcome back to the Notable Readers.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Philip,
We're two friends who love diving into books.
talking plots, characters, themes, and everything in between.
So grab a cozy spot and a warm drink and let's get reading. So now we're going to be talking about our drink of the day. Philip,
You
what's your
already know the drink of
drink?
the day.
You already know.
So my drink today is a cherry twist Alani. Are we surprised?
No. Oh my God, let me tell you what happened. Sorry. Let me tell you. It's related to
Scared me.
Alani's. It's related to Alani's. I can
Did you have
keep
heart
this.
pain?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no. Just listen, just listen. This can stay in the podcast. Um, So basically, I went to work, but I was really tired because, I was out last night. So I was really tired. Well, not last night, but Thursday night for Thursday. So I was really tired. So then I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go get an Alani because those are the only things that don't make me get heart palpitations like really bad, right? But then the lady, my Uber driver, makes the wrong turn. So then I get to Giant at like 10, at like 4:55. I clock in at 5. I'm supposed to clock in at 5. So I'm like, okay, I gotta run. So then I'm trying to look for an Alani. There's no Alani. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just grab a Celsius. I grab a Celsius. It's 4:58. I'm walking. Bleep texts me. It's like, you know you have to work today, right? I'm like, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, yes, like I'm right around the corner. And get to work at 5:01. Then I like am drinking my Celsius. I only drink like half of it. The next thing you know, I am so nauseous. Like I'm shaking. I keep on having to run to the toilet because I think I'm gonna throw up. They're all looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like standing like this. I'm like like I looked so bad. I felt terrible. They're all like concerned and they're like, "Can you run the laser tag? Like, are you good?" I'm like, "Yes, like I'll be fine." I'm calling my mom. I was like, "Mommy, can you bring ginger ale for me for when I heal?" And she's like, "Do I need to pick you up?"
If you need an Alani, just text me. I have cases of them. Like
Well,
I
I
really,
was just
I
like,
seriously do.
I'm not
I like,
surprised.
I gave my friend like 8, 9 cans of Lonnie and didn't even put a dent in my collection. Like I still look like I had 1,800 cans.
That's so funny. I would have like I don't usually even drink energy drinks. I was just so tired just because I've been like going to bed late, but then still waking up early, and then like plus going out and stuff. Like I was just so tired. But
I might be socially awkward, but I'm never too socially awkward to ask them if they have certain flavors of Milani's.
no, yeah, I just didn't have time. Like it
because
was like,
because tell me why one day, first of all, I don't talk to anyone in high school. Like I talk to my friends and that's it.
yeah.
Let alone the popular kids. One day they had dropped the cotton candy Lonnie, the brand new one that I was looking for everywhere. Couldn't
Mm,
find it.
mm.
And one of the popular girls that like has made fun of me in freshman year came in with one. Somehow I like dropped all my social awkwardness and like lack of confidence. I walked up to her and said, "Where did you get that?"
What did you secure it?
Yeah, I did.
No, period.
I sounded like I was probably about to jump her because again, I never walk up to these types of people.
Yeah.
Never. So when we're sitting in class and I randomly walk up to her, "Where did you get this?" She probably thought I was like weird or something. I mean, she already did think that, but like,
Oh yeah, my drink of the day. Okay.
oh, Chloe, what's your drink of the day?
So I'm drinking a coffee in my thankful for you mom cup that I gifted my mom.
Oh, wait, that's fitting for the. I mean, it's not fitting that you stole it, but it's fitting that like for the episode.
Thankful, thankful, yes. But yeah, I just made a cup of Joe.
So now we're going to be moving into our current reads. Chloe, would you like to start?
Yes, the book I'm currently reading for 75 book. Go check out my TikTok and my YouTube channel. All linked below. Shameless plug. The book I'm currently reading is Hidden Nature by Nora Roberts. I just started this. I got it off of Libby. So this book is about a police officer who gets shot. So she survives obviously, but she kind of has to like re get back into her career because she really loves doing it. So she decides to try to solve these cases of uh men and women. Like they don't seem like they're alike. I don't really know what the cases are about yet. I'm not that far, but just started that. I'm only like 4% through. I'm on like chapter 3, but it's like 400 pages, which is kind of long for a mystery, so I'm a little concerned, but
Wait,
it's
what happened
whatever.
to 11/22/63?
I'm holding that one. That one's on pause. I'm gonna read
I
it
hate
over
it.
Christmas break. That's what I decided.
Okay.
Winter break, that's when I'm gonna pull it out. Cause I like especially doing
The
the
75
75
book.
books. Yeah, it's just so much easier to just like pick one book and just read it through because it just goes so much faster than like if
Hmm.
I tried to like keep on switching back and forth. Like I feel like it would just so I feel like I just want to read 11/22/63 in one sitting, like not read anything else while reading it. All right, Philip, what are your current reads?
I have three current reads. First off, I have Buckeye, which is a novel by Patrick Ryan. Um, I'm like not that far in, but I'm reading 1,800 books at the moment. My next book is Told You So by Macy Neely. I'm like 80% of the way through. Macy Neely, I love your book. Please follow me. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. I mean, do, but like this book, this is going on of favorites, I think. It's very hard for a book to get on my favorites, and
It's
and
up
this
there.
book are like already up there in my favorites, so they're definitely getting added. I love this book so far. Highly recommend you read it. It's especially if you're like a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives fan, because this is who wrote it. And my last book is my book club book, which is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, which is how you say it. I'm surprised that I said that right, considering the fact, because in my book club, if you haven't watched, then what are you doing with your life? When I said Matt Haig and I had it auto caption, it
Hmm.
like spelled it right the first time.
Oh
So clearly
wow.
I'm saying it right. So this is my book club book this month. It like follows a girl named Nora Seed, whom is trying to decide if her life was good or not, and it shows like different aspects, like so like if she made different decisions in her life and what the decisions would lead to in the future. So those are my three books of the month.
Period. Just a reminder, our book of the month for November is 107 Days by Kamala Harris. So follow us along on Fable, linked in our bio, to read the book with us and catch us next week, actually. Yeah, no.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah,
Wait,
next
no.
week. Yeah, next week. Yeah. Because this is
Oh.
posted Friday. So catch us next week for our full reviews. Also, make sure you follow us along on our personal fables so you can follow for our November book club books on there as well. I'm reading 7 Year Slip. Philip's reading The Midnight Library, which he just talked about. So follow us along on there as well to get the full reviews. And then, are you posting a review on your YouTube?
Yeah, on November 30th.
Okay. Philip's posting a review on his YouTube. I'm posting a review on mine. The Sunday, not this Sunday. The
Next Sunday.
the
No, this
30th. I'm
yeah.
posting on the 30th too. So,
I'm not gonna be behind this time. Last time I was like 3 weeks behind.
yeah. But yeah, we're both going to be posting on the 30th our reviews for our personal books as well. So, make sure you tune into those. Those are all linked in the bio, everything like that. So, now we're going to be talking about books we're thankful for, just books that got us back into reading, that we've enjoyed from the podcast, books that made us feel, just different stuff like that. So, I'm going to start us off with the book that brought me back to reading, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but it was Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. Another one was It Ends With Us, but I'm not counting that one. I really don't want to count this one either, but I'm going to read the description for you guys. Misha, where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. In fifth grade, my teacher set us up with pen pals from a different school. Thinking I was a girl with a name like Misha, the other teacher paired me up with her student, Ryan. My teacher, believing Ryan was a boy like me, agreed. It didn't take us long for us to figure out the mistake, and in no time at all, we were arguing about everything. The best takeout pizza, Android versus iPhone, whether or not Eminem is the greatest rapper ever. And that was the start. For the next 7 years, it was us. Her letters are always on black paper with silver writing. Sometimes there's one a week or three in a day, but I need them. She's the only one who keeps me on track, talks me down, and accepts everything I am. We only had three rules: no social media, no phone numbers, no pictures. We had a good thing going. Why ruin it? until I run across a photo of a girl online. Name's Ryan, high school senior, loves Gallo's Pizza and worships her iPhone. What are the chances? F it, I need to meet her. I just don't expect to hate what I find. Oh, JK. Ryan. I didn't see the bottom. Ryan. He hasn't written in 3 months. Something's wrong. Did he die? Get arrested? Knowing Misha, neither would be a stretch. Without him around, I'm going crazy. I need to know someone is listening. It's my own fault. I should have gotten his number or picture or something. He could be gone forever, or right under my nose, and I wouldn't even know it. But this book is like it's a romance. I don't know if you could, I don't really know if you could call this YA, because it wasn't very YA, but it was interesting. It got me back into reading. So what can a
Wait.
girl do?
So the book that got me back into reading was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janet McCurdy, who you may know from the show iCarly and Sam and Cat. Here's evidence that my dog chewed the book.
Mhm.
But I'm buying this book again in hardcover, so I have the sleeve, and this sleeve is like yellow and then pink in the middle. Her paperback is pink and then yellow, so I need that one too since it's a different color. Um, as you can see, there is no summary since my dog decided to eat the sleeve. However, since this is my favorite book of all time, I can just go off the top of my head. I'm about to lock in. So this book is about Jen McCurdy, who was a childhood actor. It discusses her rise in the childhood stardom, like Nickelodeon time, being under her mother's rule. Who her mother wanted what was her mother. How do I word this? Her mother wanted what was best for herself. She wanted to be an actor, so she had a daughter that she put into acting. So basically, Janet McCurdy was just like,
Her mom was living through her.
yeah, her mother. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Her mother was living vicariously through her, even though that's not what she wanted to do. Then there's a part of the book where she discusses writing and how writing is like something she always dreamed of doing. And when her mother was trigger warning, this doesn't need trigger warning. When her mother was very sick with, I forgot what type of cancer it
Yeah, I
was.
don't remember.
My mother was sick with cancer, or her and Jeanette went to her mother's hospital room and read her a poem, and her mother was like, "This is the stupidest I've ever read." No offense, Jeanette. I bet it was beautiful, just like this book. But the book I remember being like such a controversy because like, why would you say such a thing?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to understand where she's coming from and being like, like being told she's like her mother basically tore her down.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to understand where it's coming from. Also, people being like, why would you put her urn on the cover of the book? Like you idiot. There's no like
Right.
it on the cover. There's clearly paper sticking out of the urn, so clearly it's not real. Do you think people get cremated and they turn it into paper? Like, don't be stupid. But this is one of my favorite books of all time because there are parts of it where like I could not connect with like the sense of me being like a child starting, but like connect in like things of like, oh, like your parents wanting to live vicariously. Like I'm not saying that my parents did that, but there were instances like, oh, you're taking a cyber class now, and like we wish that we had this option, like things like that. So it's like
Yeah.
things of like feeling like disappointing. I really connected to this book. This is the book that I ran back into a burning building for freshman year.
Period.
So such a favorite. You when you read it, you'll want to run back into burning buildings for it because you get to the good plot.
Now we're going to be talking about books that introduced us to new genres. So for me, it's also I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Since Philip already gave like the summary, I'm not going to give the summary again. But I'm just saying this book because I do not typically read more memoirs or anything. Like that was my first one I've ever read. It wasn't recent. It was like a while ago, maybe like two. It was sometime in high school,
Mhm.
which wasn't that long ago. Don't try to act like I'm old.
I know to all the kids at Monster Mini Golf that told me I'm 35,
Yeah, like
get it right.
I graduated 24. Like, please, I'm a star. Um, but it was like I really enjoyed the book. I loved it. And it just like made me want to start reading memoirs. I feel like the only reason why I don't is because I feel like I don't know people, so I don't go look for any because I'm just like I don't know who you are. So like it just never really crossed my mind of like, oh, let me pick up a memoir because just like I don't know anybody that's like ooh, I want to read about them. Like even like I'm glad my mom died. I read that on Libby because I was just like, oh, I just see it. Like might as well try it, and I ended up loving it. And then obviously like Nia, I know her book just came out. But like I've watched Dance Moms many times. So it's like her book is like somebody I like know now, but I feel like I just am not the type to know celebrities and stuff like that. Like I know celebrities, but like not enough where it's like, oh, I really want to learn about you, read about you, stuff like that. Maybe because I just love like fiction and fake and I just like watching edits on TikTok. That's the farthest I go. For real, it's just edits. So,
So for my book, I picked Sherry Lapina's "What Have You Done," which is a thriller murder mystery. Um, Pretty much from the start of the book, I actually this is like the one thriller that I actually really like because I'm gonna see if I can find an example. But see how like they're like when they're talking normally, it's like a normal text like that. Well, then parts of the book where she talks because she's dead. That's not a spoiler. Like you're gonna read in the first page, she's literally dead. I'm trying, and then they have like the friend who writes the like dictionary, not the dictionary, diary. The friend that writes a diary, she like it's a different font, so you know what's the diary.
mm,
I'm trying to find an example. And then for her, the girl who died, they put wait, was that it? Ah, here. They put it in like italics
mm,
when it's her. So like it's like it doesn't say like, oh, now the girl who died is speaking. You just know who's dead.
who it is, yeah.
But it's so stupid because at the only thing I don't like about this book
The only thing
is
you don't like or do like.
don't like about the book
Okay.
is like yes, it's a thriller and like yes, at the very beginning like she dies. Like in literally the first page it literally says they found my body. It's her talking like they found my body. And I just don't like how like and at the end of every chapter, so like especially in the interrogation, when they interrogate the boyfriend, the creep that she was working that because she worked at Home Depot, so there's like a creep that came into her store and started flirting with her at checkout every day.
Hmm.
There's him, there's the gym teacher that like trigger warning, touch children. Um, so there's three of them, and as they interrogate each person, at the end of every interrogation, she's like always like something's itching the back of my head. I know who did it. And
Mm.
then it cuts to the next chapter. So in 1980 something, like I'm like, what the why like say like I know who did it and then cut to the next scene like, oh, you don't get to find out. Like
Yeah.
that was a big thing that irked my nerve because it was every chapter too. Like half of the book,
Mm.
it was every chapter. I know who did it, but I don't know who did it. So then why say something? Like
Exactly.
just ruined it.
All right. Now we're going to be talking about books that make us feel just in general. So the book that I chose is Malibu. Oh, I couldn't find it. The book that I chose is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. But I really enjoyed this book because it just showed like the real struggles with family, especially when it comes to abandonment and stuff and leaning on your siblings and other people around you. But then also like it shows the reality of when, you're abandoned,
From sorry.
but it also shows how like you still, especially when you're dealing with like, trying to live up to people or just trying to be strong all the time, it really shows how it negatively affects. It show like the book shows the negative effects. Like it's not just all positive, like, oh, you just push through. Like, no, like it shows how like it can really take a toll on your mental health and how you treat others as well. Like not saying like Nina treated others bad, but like like sometimes like when you're trying to play like savior or like I have to take care of you all the time, it becomes negative for the other person. So I feel like they depicted that well. And I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's book. Yeah, I love her books. I'm gonna read all of them. I read Carrie Soda's back already, but I need to read like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six. The Atmosphere just came out. Yeah, there's more, but yeah.
Okay, so for my book that things books that made us feel. First of all, I do have to preface this by saying if you like reading and like because I know books are like really expensive. If you like reading, because I found this book doing this, go to like an Ollie's. like the bargain marketplace. Because me and my dad went on vacation with my family and we went to Ollie's. The way that the like very popular books were like listed at like $4, I was like, this
Mm.
is a steal. Like
Or half price books is good too.
we're just plugging y'all up, so go do it.
Yeah.
So I got two books from the Ollie's. I got Full Measures by Rebecca Yarros. It is a series. I haven't read any of the series, so don't come for me. Um, so for so this book made me feel it did make me because it's a romance and I hate romance. So I really only felt at the beginning when there was no romance aspect to it.
Hmm.
But after 20 years as an army brat who was like a kid of the for those that don't know, it's like the kid of someone who's in the army. Ember Howard, Ember being like December, all the kids are named after months. You have December, August. I forgot the sister's name because it's another month. It's one of the other 12. She knew that soldiers at the door meant her dad was never coming home. What she didn't know was how she would find the strength to single-handedly care for her crumbling family when everything starts to fall apart. Then Josh Walkers enters her life. Hockey star, her new next-door neighbor, and not to mention that he saves her over and over again. He has a way of erasing the pain with a single look, a single touch, as much as she wants to turn off her feelings and endure the heartache of on her own. She cannot deny their attraction until Josh shatters both of their worlds. So the part of the book that made me feel was at the beginning when they did when her dad died. Not because like my dad died, but in the funeral. Because for those that don't know, in like a military funeral, it's a very like structured like the family sits in a row. They come in, they hold the flag like it's literally like this. I can literally use this as an example. So they hold the flag, then they fold the flag into this shape, this one, and then they hand it to the family member of the. So in this book, it was the mother who got the flag. But that part made me feel because when my grandpa passed, and like because my grandpa, if you're like in like a veteran, you can do like a typical like military style funeral. So we did that. And I remember crying on vacation. Like I actually had to go and take a walk. I was struggling on vacation
Yeah.
because it hit a little bit too close for home. Because it was like, because obviously it's gonna mirror exactly what I went through. Because
Yeah.
it's like a structure. Like you have to do it this
Right.
way.
That's the same. Yeah.
So guaranteed I wasn't the one that held the flag, and it wasn't my dad. And like still like same feeling of like, oh yeah, like it's we're done. It's
Yeah.
over. So that part made me feel everything in the because it's a romance. So everything else of the book I didn't care about.
Yeah.
It was like the first like 30-ish pages that made me feel something.
Yeah.
But you get it.
What is it
But
about romance books that you don't like?
I just hate the cleanness of it.
Mm.
Like I just hate like the book that I got for my birthday, For Whom the Bell Toll. If you go on my Goodreads, it says currently reading, but in the description of like my review, it says like on hiatus. Because I hate the cleanness of it. Because like they're gonna get together. Like
Yeah.
in this book, it's like they went to the same school and like she liked him, but like he had too many girls around him for her to like even be on his radar.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to get her brother's birthday cake because it's his birthday the day that they find out the dad when they knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
She goes and gets the birthday cake and she doesn't have enough money and the guy, Josh, gives her money. I'm like, at that point, they're gonna get together at that point.
Yeah.
And then like there's a whole part about like it's the part about like oh, her boyfriend cheated on her with her best friend or something, and she went to the party and then she found out. And then like Josh went and took her out the party. Again, we knew it was gonna happen. Like the whole time from the beginning of the book, you know what's gonna happen. So it's like that part just pissed me off. But I read it through, I made it through. I don't even think I rated this book. I think it's still in my to be read because I never put it in my reading.
Yeah. So now we're going to be doing books, our fave books from the podcast. So my one of my favorites was definitely Sundown Motel. The summaries for these will be in our like
Last month's episode
last month's
and
episodes.
then next week's episode.
Yeah, so I'm not going to read the summary, but I really enjoyed that book. I guess I liked this one and then 107 Days as well. But I'm just going to talk about Sundown Motel. Um, but I really enjoyed it.
So my favorite book of the podcast so far, out of the three we've read so far,
Yeah, not many options.
is 107 Days by Kamala Harris. First of all, can we just get like a round of applause for the back
Image,
cover?
yeah, yeah.
First of all, you already know I love memoirs. I already talked about two of them already, and that's the majority of my bookshelf. I think I picked this up. Okay, first of all, I love Kamala Harris, Madam President. I love her. But also, I feel like people don't realize like that this was history. Like, and like it wasn't like yes, it was history because she was like the first female vice president, the first female to be no, Hillary Clinton was the first one to run,
Run.
but she was the first vice president to run for president that was
Yeah.
female. And people don't realize that it's the shortest time ever that someone's ever ran for president
Ever.
in history. And like people be like, she didn't do all that. Technically, she did. She had
Right.
107 days when everyone else has like prep for like what months, years,
Yeah, years.
and she had 107 days, if that.
And she even had to find a vice president too.
And then
Like,
she had to find a vice president on top of that while not hurting
yeah.
people's feelings. Like she went through the ringer and back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna read the summary because we're gonna literally talk about it next episode. So
Yeah.
if you really would care so desperately, which I
And the
think you
summary's
should.
in the first episode of this month too.
Oh yeah, that's right, it is. So
We
either go
introduced
back to next. So either go to next week's episode or
the first episode.
3 weeks ago episode
Yeah.
because it's in that. And I think we mention the book every single week, so
Yeah.
it's in between.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend the book if you like it. I'm not gonna go in depth with it because I know we're gonna literally talk about it in a week from now anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna waste my breath.
Makes sense.
I highly recommend.
Period. Okay. So for next week's episode, which we've talked about many times actually at this point, we're going to be doing our review of 107 Days by Kamala Harris. Yeah, we're going to be doing our final reviews, thoughts, and everything. So that's it for this episode of The Notable Readers.
We're Chloe and Philip, and we love bringing you into our book chats.
Follow our podcast as well as our other links so you don't miss another episode.
And until then,
Happy reading!